And we are live, Chummers. Welcome to the Wednesday night's Shadowrun edition. My name is Bryce, and I'll be your game master tonight. Make sure to follow us on Facebook as well as YouTube to interact and watch previous episodes. That's the Wednesday nights with a K. Now, our long-time viewers may have noticed our intro music has changed. Tonight, all of our background music is going to be brought to you by Aim to Head. Now, let's meet the players. Tonight, we have GM Jeremy.
Hello, hello. Tonight, I will be playing the human Decker, codename Atari.
And we have also Laird.
Good evening, I'm Laird. This evening I'm playing Shady May, Street Samurai.
Shady May. And we have with us Steve.
Hey, I'll be playing Almari, the Elven Water Shaman.
And we have Keith.
Hello, I'll be playing Mississippi Longstreet, the Mystic Adept.
And last but not least, we have Hans.
Hi. Dr. Giggles, mercenary, slayer of barons.
Oh, brutal. Now, real quick, I'd like to remind everyone that Shadowrun is set in a dark, futuristic world. Some content may not be suitable for all audience members. Discretion is advised. How are we all feeling this evening, gentlemen?
Excellent.
Pretty good. This week went by pretty quick.
Yeah, ready to get back to Seattle, out of freaking Germany.
Heck yeah.
I don't think we're welcome back.
Never again. Never again.
Well, considering when you left Germany, that's about the scene it looked like as you guys were leaving.
Yeah, right on.
We wrapped it up kind of quick. You guys assaulted the Castle Munchausen, retrieved the ancient tome, left the satchel in its place that you were to deliver, shot your way out of there very dramatically. It was quite awesome. Made your escape, hid out at the train station, and caught the next train out of there before anyone could catch you. Flew back to the United States, met up with Mr. Morlock, did the exchange of goods, got your money. After that, Giggles and Almari went straight back to Giggles' place to rest up and heal. Almari was literally at death's door. You had to like shock his heart back. He was that fucking close.
Oh, brutal. Brutal.
Yeah. It was not an easy run. But after a full week of lounging around Giggles' home and eating all his food and cramping his style, he finally healed up and got kicked out. Some of you did some enhancements. I know that Atari, you added some cyberware.
I did. Yeah, well, I got some additions to some existing cyberware, and then I added some new stuff. So I got some, I'd had cyber limbs, and so I got some armor plating on that. And
Nice, beefed them up. Nice.
Yeah, and then I also went the path. I was really on the fence about kind of the direction to go with Atari, but I decided to go back to what I said at the very beginning, which was it's skills that pay the bills, and I upgraded my skill jack and got skill wires, and upgraded my my account for the wireless Skillsoft network. So
All right.
Solid.
yeah, so
Going all in with the skill wires. Nice.
exactly. So next time we see a killer chopper, hanging out in a hangar, I can be like, hold on, let me download piloting, and then I got this.
Sweet. Right on, right on. And I believe Mississippi Longstreet has begun the long, hard road of becoming an initiate.
Yeah, Mississippi here came back and said, hey guys, I'm going to class, and took off. And he's now completing his master's thesis, but he's about 15 days into his initiation. So he studies during the day and then hums at night, figuring out this first level initiate for this character. So that's going to be pretty cool once he's done. 30 days, so it might take a couple sessions to get it done.
Yep, 30 days, and as we know, our next chapter will begin in 15 once you guys get back to Seattle. So yeah, that will take a few chapters to complete, but you have started that very daunting task. And then we have Almari, our shaman, after he got finished being cooked and re-put back together again. He upgraded some spells, something like that, Almari? I know you didn't have a whole lot of time to work with.
No, I improved one of the spells that I already knew, and then just basically bought another edge because I was so down and out trying to recover.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You need some more luck on your side for sure, so very smart with that.
He squirmed too much while I was trying to fix him.
Right? You kept
That's the second time Almari's almost totally went down for the count.
I think all that squirming came after the shocking that you did to him.
He's like, I'm feeling better. Zap. No, you're not.
You're not fine.
He is the one that's the fish out of water, but So, and last but not least, that leaves us to Shady May, our little cyborg friend here. You looked into doing some upgrades. Did we ever do any upgrades, or just gonna keep saving?
Need to keep saving at this point for the upgrades. The most prudent package, I believe, is a little bit out of my price range, or her price range for now.
Yeah.
However, she did do, at least under the guise of R&R, some parachuting. She took several jumps. There are two primary goals here. One was to learn how to do it. The other was to try to deal with this nausea when she's up in altitude. So, you know, the first jumps were focused on, as she was flying up before the jumps, keeping a clear head and trying to tamp down those sensations of nausea that she is under when she's at altitude.
Nice.
You know what you could have done maybe is parachuted naked, covered in paint, land on a canvas, right, and sell your art. Kill two birds with one stone.
Maybe when her parachuting skill is a little bit better, yeah. Okay.
Oh my god. No, I like the angle you're taking. I hadn't thought of that. Yes, you definitely still feel nausea. Overdoing it over time, that nausea does seem to lessen a bit, but you do definitely feel uncomfortable whenever you go up in the air.
Right. And then after those lessons, with a new upgrade or refashion of her suit, she tests out a little bit of a solo wingsuit flying off of cliffs and stuff like that to get familiar with the equipment.
Excellent. Yeah, you buy some specialized equipment through your contacts, and you practice with it, have a lot of fun, and definitely get a lot of the mechanics down. I wouldn't call you a master, but you could probably jump off the walls of Munchausen at this point, let's say.
Right, be a lot more comfortable about it. And just on a mechanics point of view, that gives her 2 points into the free fall skill that she didn't have before. So that's what we're looking at there.
And then also, while you were back, you got called in by your handler, Charlie, as she's known. Backstory for our viewers: you are a product of a secret organization called Pinnacle Consortium, and Charlie is your handler, contact between the two of them. Flo used to be, she used to be quite close to you. She helped train you. She was kind of always by your side, that you can remember what memories you have of your past. But she has recently gone ill of health, being an elderly old woman, and Charlie replaced her. You went through all the regular physical and mental tests that they run you through normally. Some pointed questions that you seemed to notice that were a little out of place, almost like they were fishing for something. And having been in close contact with an entity we call Lucifer, who seems to be an artificial intelligence, you kind of knew what they were fishing for and kind of knew how to answer these. One was they were asking you if you'd heard any voices. Go ahead.
To which she had said no, aside from subvocals.
Exactly. And then they asked you later in the questionnaires, they asked you if you'd had any conversations with yourself, if you find yourself talking to yourself a lot.
She would probably briefly look thoughtful, as if, she's seriously considering the question, and then just, replies saying, no more than anyone else, I try to live in the moment and plan for the next moment.
All right, and they tick a little thing off their little chart there that you can't see. And then later on, a few questions later, they ask you if your cyber self ever, your cybernetics ever feel separate, like there are two different people within you, like you feel separate.
To that, she would reply that given the nature of her, the type of cyberware that she's got, it feels about as natural as it can, short of the fact that there's a little lack of feeling, and any feeling that she does experience, she tends to write off as a phantom sensation.
All right, and then the last one, and the one that really stood out to you because it was just so particular, and it was almost fired at you like a real fast question, to keep you from thinking very hard on it. They asked you if you suffer any sickness or blackouts associated with flying or altitude, if you ever get, airsick.
And she replies nearly as quickly, but also very matter-of-factly, and said, yes, last time I was on a flight, I was experiencing some nausea. It wasn't very comfortable.
All right, excellent. Now, as we know, they are fishing for particular contacts with someone, and so not all of these were you answering completely truthfully, so I do want you to make a composure check. You're going to roll your charisma plus willpower.
Oh, dear Lord.
And your target is going to be just 2. Because it's not like they suspect anything. This is just routine.
Right.
It's just you're starting to notice some things.
Oh, no! Look at that bullshit. I need to edge this. You
don't have to. It's not like they're going to lock you up yet.
No. But at this juncture, it's so new to her that she doesn't know enough to trust them enough. So she's going to drop an edge on that. And
roll it. -1.
That gives me the same thing, -1. The same roll.
Re-roll at modification of -1.
Okay, so charisma -1, supported by willpower. There we go.
All you needed. Yep, 2.
Fucking hell. Okay.
Glitched. Okay.
Yeah.
You don't think they suspect anything. And at the end of everything, they let you go. You don't need or want any more modifications. So they go ahead and let you go. I believe after that, you, along with your flying suit, you decided to check in on Flo?
That's correct.
So when you did, you saw she's in personal care, like a personal home. She has nurses that live with her and give her in care home care. Sorry, I know how to speak, honestly. And she's not doing very good. She's probably not very long for this earth. And she's laying there, on the couch or in her recliner. And you're having a nice little visit, having tea, her favorite, and just visiting and keeping her company. And you mention your real name. You kind of gave her a little hug and said, Rachel Corning says hi or something like that, right?
Yep, that's correct. Whispered in her ear, so it was just for her.
Yep. And she starts sobbing a little bit, and she says, oh, Rachel, I cared for you so much. You meant so much to me. I did my best to shield you from all of this. I'm so sorry, but it was your destiny since you were born. You were made for the pinnacle, and I did my best to make you as strong as I could. And she starts going on about your parents. How they never really cared for you. You were just a specimen, basically bred to be put into this program of cyborgs. Your mother's name was Margaret. Your father's name was Larry, last name Corning. Flo was your nanny growing up, so she's known you since you were born. So those flashes of memory you get with her around comforting you, you know, after something wrong happened. Marge, once you became of age, around puberty age, and they were going to start your transition to cybernetics, Marge, your mother, sold out to the Shiawisi and was soon discovered and eliminated. That caused your father to panic, and he kidnapped you and ran off, trying to barter you for his life, basically. They eventually caught up with him and got rid of him and took you into their possession. So now all you had in your life was Flo. You went through the painful, traumatizing ordeal of being a cyborg. And after that, you were put in Flo's care. Flo managed to pull strings to keep you in her care and train you, which is what she did.
Okay. And I'm assuming that the cyborg upgrades, when they were first put in, were traumatic enough that that was not a memory that retained with me or stayed with me?
All your memory was replaced or blocked. You're not sure which now after speaking with Lucifer after the transformation. So you don't remember anything prior to like 20 years old at this point, other than what you've been told and the few flashbacks you've gotten from Lucifer.
Right. Okay.
All right.
Yep. And Shady just tries to comfort, reassure Flo that not only did she do her best, but she did a damn good job. That sort of thing.
Okay. And you guys have a nice heartwarming moment, you know, kind of the truth being out there, and you can be yourselves for once, for the first time ever, kind of thing.
A touch of humanity to this cyborg world.
Right? I'm trying. Come on now. And then a few days later, you do get the call that you always dreaded. And that chapter in your life has ended. She did pass quietly in the night, peacefully, comfortably. Flo is no more.
Okay. At that last meeting, how did Shady feel in regards to sharing expectedly secret information? I mean, Flo just started telling her stuff, so given the level of trust, she was assuming that they weren't being listened to.
Yeah, that and Flo knew it was probably her last chance to say anything to you. I mean, she knew it also.
The desperate too. Shady would have actually also probably asked a bit about Pinnacle and their end goals, how trustworthy they are, that kind of thing.
Not very. You're a tool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, don't trust them very much. That's why she tried to kind of shield you. I mean, they're very callous to you, no matter how warm they seem. You know, be careful with Charlie. She's not Flo. Be careful with her. She's has no attachment to you. She'll use you and throw you away like they do the other cyborgs.
Got it.
They have lost some. She doesn't know why. She doesn't know about Lucifer, from what you can tell.
Okay, good enough.
Okay. All right, everyone. Hope you're all still awake. Sorry about that. Side stories, gotta love them.
All good.
It's all good, yeah.
All right. So after 15 days, if we're done with everyone getting everything, you've all shopped around, been training, been lifting, been flying. All right, excellent. About 8 in the morning, April 30th, Atari, you get a very loud banging on your door. Do you live in an apartment or in a house, or what are your living arrangements like?
I'm in an apartment. Downtown.
Yep, you hear a very loud pounding on your door. Doosh, 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 at like 8 in the morning.
All right. I grab my pistol, make sure it's loaded. Approach the door, look outside, see who it is. Checking my vids.
A little Corbin Dallas action.
Yep. You look out, you open your door, or you look out your peephole.
Yeah, exactly.
Just watched that this weekend. That's funny.
I'm a meat
You
popsicle.
see, you see 2 men in very crisp black suits, black tie, wearing very dark sunglasses. Very official looking.
Oh man, I'm in my Spider-Man pajamas.
And one reaches up again, pounds on the door. Doosh, 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 doosh.
So I don't recognize them, right? I shout through the door.
Not.
Who is it?
Akira, open up.
What the?
We are with the Office of Homeland Security, NSA.
Oh Jesus Christ! I open the door.
You're fucked.
That sounds bad.
They flash a badge at you. Sure enough, it's UCAS government
Yeah. Wanna?
security. They come in. Get dressed. You're coming with us.
I am dressed.
They look at your Spider-Man pajamas.
Yeah. Just a minute. I go put on my new clothes. And
An Atari dressing montage.
Yep. Yes, totally. Zip, legs, arms in the button. Yes.
You push the button and they all like suction up to you. You know, like Back to the Future.
Zip. All
Perfect
right.
fit.
I finished my coffee, set it on the counter, and what's this about, you guys?
You'll find out at the meeting.
Ah, yeah, I knew you guys
And they motion you out.
couldn't get by without me. Knew it was just a matter of time. I mean, what is it? Like triple the salary? Quadruple the salary? I can't wait to hear it. I told you those goddamn technomancers were a waste of time.
You rant this as you go down the hallway out to their car?
I do.
I take it? Okay. Yep, and they lead you out to a dark, unmarked sedan parked out front where there's a third person waiting outside, and he opens the door, and the three of you file in back. You between the two of them, of course.
Yeah.
And the other guy gets in the front, and you guys drive off.
You
You only drive a few minutes. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I pull out my comm link and I start playing like Words with Friends or some shit.
Okay. I should make you roll a composure roll. So they drive through the neighborhood, and they actually don't go very far. You're only in the car a couple minutes. You kind of still recognize a few buildings around you, and they go to a nondescript, local municipality building. They drive into the parking garage attached to it and drive down to a lower parking level and get out, motion for you to follow them over to an elevator where the two men walk you over. You get in the elevator, and they put a little maglock key into the elevator and push a little code.
Okay.
And you start dropping. And you drop, and you drop, and you drop, and you drop. And you're at what you would guess like a 5th or 6th sub-basement level, and it finally stops and opens up. And you open up to this bare corridor. Concrete floor, sterile, gray walls, plaster walls. A row of fluorescent lights above, kind of flickering a little. Footsteps are echoing as the three of you walk down this. And halfway down the hallway, there's one door to the left and one door to the right. And they walk over to the door to the left and open it. And one of the guys walks inside, and the other guy motions for you to go in.
Okay, I do.
Okay, you go in. He follows you, closes the door. You enter a room. It's a large square room. Completely empty and hollow. The floor is like a plastisteel that has a slight slope to a drain in the center of the floor. In one corner of the room is a large hose, all wrapped up. The walls are all whitewashed. It looks like recently and very poorly. The ceiling has eye hooks variously placed about it. In one corner, in the other corner of the room, there are a couple of large locked cabinets on wheeled coasters that are like just carelessly shoved in the corner out of the way. Mm-hmm. Next to them is a large gurney, part like almost dentist chair and surgical gurney, with straps on it and whatnot, with locking wheels also kind of shoved off to the side. Sitting in the middle of the room are two chairs facing each other, a couple meters apart. In one chair, you see another government official, also in a nice black crisp suit, black tie, but he has, you know, much older, has gray slicked back hair instead of the younger gentlemen that were with you. And he motions you to the chair. Mr. Ito, if you'd be so kind.
You know, I'd prefer to stand. I keep my eye on the door out of the room.
The two other gentlemen are standing by it. It's closed. He says, please, I must insist, Mr. Ito.
What is this
Time
about?
is of the essence. We need you. To be quite honest with you.
I go and sit down.
So I'm going to keep this straight with you. We've been tracking you since you flew out overseas. You popped up back on our radar. And we did a little digging into what you've been up to, you and your little gang of prophets. And we were told that if you could be found, that you'd be willing to help. Team song.
That was going through my head.
It hasn't been released to public yet, but 4 hours ago, the Secretary of State of the UCAS, flying in a light aircraft, crashed over the Redmond Barrens. He was on his way to Toronto to a very important conference when somehow the rigger pilot in charge of the plane appeared to have some sort of aneurysm and died. Before the autopilot could take over and recover, the plane went down. Of course, there was a signal implanted with him. It was still alerting that he was alive and at the proximate location he was at. However, it went dead before rescue teams could converge on his location. And then those teams were eventually chased off by local crime elements as he was deep within the Redmond Barrens, deep in the heart of Redmond. After that, we sent a military specialist team straight from Fort Lewis. But they stood out like a beacon and were also overcome as they got closer to the last known location and had to quickly withdraw with heavy casualties. Now, we need some experts of the shadow world and the underground that can get in close and retrieve our secretary alive. Or if he's expired, at least retrieve the body. We need the information that's implanted in his head. Now, of course, there's a ritual casting underway to try and locate him, but this will take time, too much time. We can't wait, and we need him back now, and that's where you and the prophets come in.
So you want us to retrieve the rigger's body?
No, the Secretary of State.
Okay.
Edward McHenry, the numbered 3 to the president of the UCAS.
Mm-hmm. Edward McHenry. And yeah, go ahead.
Before the military team pulled out, they said something about heading to the King Leper's compound, and that the Secretary of State was being held inside, and that they were beginning their approach.
All right, being held in.
And that's when all hell broke loose on them.
I'm sorry, say the name of that again. Held inside the
King Leper's compound.
King Leper's compound there in the Redmond Barrens. And how did you get this information that he was being held in the King Leper's compound?
One of the last communications from the military team before they pulled out.
Gotcha.
They in their garbled, you know, all the gunfire and everything that was coming through, were making out something about them saying he's possibly being held in a place called the King Leper's compound nearby, and that they were headed their way now. And you know, that's all we could make out in the broken up communications. We haven't pulled the team out yet. We're still getting their full debrief. That's all we have to go on.
Yes, this does sound like a job from my team. I think we could get in there and get out. And
Mr. Ito, we're ready to offer you $500,000.
$500,000 new yen. Let's see here.
We'll wipe all records of any of your past transgressions. And as far as we'll be concerned, you're in the good light. If you fail, we will hunt you down. And it's best you not come back.
I lean back a little bit.
The chair creaks on the uneven floor.
And I'm going to download negotiation skill from my wireless network. Let's see here. Will only take a moment. That would be, is that considered an active skill or a knowledge skill?
Negotiation is an active skill.
Okay, perfect. So with that, I would be able to download it at a rating of, where are my notes? Active skill rating 4.
Wow, that's good.
And so let's see if I can add that on here. Negotiation. All right, so I quickly download that as I kind of stall for a little bit here.
Sure. Yep.
And
no problem.
Let's see, that would be an attribute of what? Probably charisma is what that.
It is charisma. Your cap would be social. So we're gonna negotiate that price.
I am. If I can click
Okay.
on this.
So it's resisted. Oh fuck. God damn. I'm rolling hot tonight. You guys are in deep shit.
Oh, man.
If that's the case.
That's brutal. I don't know if I can do it. Yeah, I'll give it
That
a
is
shot.
brutal. Sorry. Give it a shot.
Ah. Oh well. I tried. Nah, you're right. $500,000's fair.
And like I said, we'll wipe any records of any past transgressions that you have.
Yes, this is acceptable. What is there any additional information that you can give to us? Any special gear, any special equipment that you think we're going to need on this run?
That's why we're hiring you. You're the experts. You're the Shadowrunners.
Okay. Can you
go into the shadows and pull our man out?
And you can give us the coordinates of the last known signal of the military as well as that rigger pilot.
He does.
Okay.
So in the Redmond district, it should be popping up now. It was in your handouts. So east of Novelty Hill Road. Of course, I can't ping it because I should have made an actual map of this. But that's okay. East of Novelty Hill Road, there in the center where it says The Verge, Novelty Hill Road, like right in the center of the map.
Okay.
Between that and where it says 203, Highway 203, that marks the boundary. Kind of between those two.
Let's see here. Highway
along the river.
I see Highway 202.
Not quite at the river.
203.
203 on the east.
Okay, I see that.
Novelty Hill Road on the west.
Yep.
So kind of right in between the two, just south of that kind of T intersection of those main roads.
Got it.
Right down in that area.
Okay, got it.
Apparently near some area known as the King Leper's compound.
Where was Dr. Feelgood's place? It was more
Novelty
south,
Hill Road. It was in the neighborhood of Novelty Hill Road.
Okay.
Wait, have we been there before?
We've been somewhere.
You've been in the neighborhood.
Near that area, yeah.
It's pretty rough.
It was.
It's
Time to get the man out.
It was. How much up front? How much when the job is done?
10% up front.
Okay. Okay. All right. We can get started on this right away. How
Excellent.
can I
That's
get in
what I was
touch with you
hoping.
when we're back with the goods?
Yep. He gives you a special contact number. He says contact that, and we'll send someone immediately to your location.
Okay.
Wow, 50,000 new yen right up front, huh?
10, I think. I mean, if you divide it.
You divide it.
That's assuming he tells us about it.
You guys, I got a great job.
Right.
20,000 new yen for the whole thing.
Fuck you. We have to do what? Nah.
Piece of cake.
Another wage slave overdosed. We got to bring him home. It's just like last time. It'll be easy.
Oh man. Yep. Yep. Excellent. So yes, we accept the job. And
Excellent. We will eagerly await your success.
and I nod
And the nation is in your debt, Mr. Ito.
again. And then
He
I
rolls his eyes a little.
I nod, head to the door.
Sounds like escape.
Yep. They
from
open
New
it
York.
for you, and they take you back home.
Okay. I send a text to the crew saying, "How about
It's time.
how about some coffee and pancakes, or whatever we eat over there?"
The code.
Hell, I've been waiting for coffee and pancake.
Not hot coffee.
Yum, sounds good.
Damn it. You guys are interrupting my studies. I'm like, got my candles out and shit.
What are you doing? Taking a bath? Listening to some Enya?
No, I'm like, exploring the mystery of the universe. I am the master of the universe. Sorry, I'm getting out of my head. Get out of my head.
He has his gold chains on in his bubble bath.
You need to get fresh air more often there, Mississippi.
Yeah, probably
He's
filled
got
up. Got all kinds
got-
of papers around, stacks of books and stuff. So
it's got Queen playing. It's a kind of magic.
yeah. Oh, I
Doing
figured
a
out
little
my
dwarf
Shadowrun
dance.
technique already. Don't worry. It's
Probably more like I want it all.
Yeah.
Right. It's the Queen Power playlist.
He wants it all, and he wants.
going to be my centering technique. I'll shout, "There can be only one," every time I cast a spell.
Mm. All right, I order some cup of coffee and a slice of cherry pie.
Yep, you hang out. Everyone gathers up at the 10 stack. So everyone shows up.
I'm gonna get a banana cream pie.
Good for you, Giggles.
I look like I haven't slept in 2 weeks.
Oh,
Shady shows up in mostly her usual garb, but sporting a nice new trench coat. Other than that, she looks the same.
yeah, I think we're all wearing new clothes. We're like, life is
I'm not.
good.
Almari looks like he should sleep for another 2 weeks.
How you feeling there, Almari?
It's been rough.
It was,
A little crispy.
I gotta say, you look better than you did the last time I saw you.
Thanks to Dr. Giggles here.
Yeah, I've
Think I'll
been
be
working
alright.
on them.
Well, I've got some good news. I was contacted by Mr. Johnson recently about a new opportunity for us. Turns out that the Secretary of State of the UCA, am I saying this right, Bryce? UCAS?
Yep, UCAS, United Canadian American States.
Secretary of State of the UCAS, a government person, was traveling by plane, and his plane went down in the Redmond Barrens. Pilot dead. A group appears to have picked up the Secretary of State, Edward McHenry. Some military personnel and specialists were sent in. However, they drew a lot of attention to themselves there in the Redmond Barrens and were quickly overwhelmed. But the last communication from the military back here was that they believed that the Secretary of State was being held inside a place known as the King Leper's Compound. So they want us to go in, get him, and bring him home.
Where is this at?
The Redmond Barrens. And
I wonder if that one guy, Dr. Feelgood, if he knows of the King Leper.
We could pay him a visit.
yeah, how far away, Bryce, was the was that guy from the King Leper's compound, or from this area on the map? Was that close proximity or way out of the way?
Muted.
And he's gonna stay that way. He's like, you're on your own.
You're muted.
I'm sorry, you guys waiting on me? I had to step away for like 2 seconds.
Okay, so the question came up when we
Yes,
met with
sorry.
Dr. Feelgood
Yes.
several jobs ago. How close?
Yes.
How close in proximity was that, Dr. Feelgood, in this area here?
So it doesn't seem extremely far. Dr. Feelgood's, let me find the map again. There it is. So the Redmond District, we'll refer to that map again, that handout. So Novelty Hill Road, essentially right under where it says road, is where the Jet Fighters Hotel was. Hotel and Debauchery.
Oh yeah,
Was.
not too far, huh?
And the crash, or not the crash landing. Well, the crash landing, essentially. And the last known location, according to the people who got close, was just east of there, underneath that T-fork,
Okay.
south of that T-fork. Like to triangulate. East of the word road, south of that T-section.
Okay.
I can try to contact Dr. Feelgood and negotiate maybe a trade for some information.
I wonder if they're a rival gang to him. Well, we'd be doing him a favor.
Maybe so. And I've got a couple of cases of weapons that we can negotiate with.
Oh,
Good idea.
And so you guys are probably wondering how
Atari?
much money we're being offered for this gig. They are offering us 500,000.
Okay, let's go right now into the van, everyone. Roll up.
Yeah. So here's your cut. We got 10% up front. So show me your cred sticks here. I'll transfer over some money.
solid.
So
Wow.
that comes out
Should
to
he
Pulls
wait?
out a stick.
Ready to go.
10,000 for everyone.
Wow.
Now, but here's the deal. Here's the deal about this particular mission. Truly, failure's not an option. Basically, if we don't do this job, if we are not successful, we're dead.
What?
Well,
Huh?
you're dead.
I'm telling them what I'm telling them. We're dead.
Well, we were kind of that way in 2 weeks ago, and look, we're still standing, guys.
Oh yeah,
I'm
we
just
got
barely
this.
over being dead.
You got to remember, he's too pretty to shoot.
Right.
Apparently the guards last time didn't know that.
That's hilarious.
They can't see through those helmets.
I mean, for a job offering this much, I think, yeah, the alternative is safe to say they wouldn't be very pleased and would probably throw a little extra money at getting rid of another problem.
Yeah.
Or we would have to like bug out to Thailand or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, this is the government. This is a government job, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Not just government.
it's more than the government.
United Nations.
Yeah, it's the UCAS.
So, right, this is the former United States and Canada.
We're talking like, you know, NSA, CIA type shit. It's not just regular government. It's
Yeah.
like almost black ops. They want to keep this hush hush. They don't want people to know that this high of a diplomat, you know. This would be like Pompeo, I think, is our status secretary. God, it's going to look bad if I'm wrong right now for the next few weeks anyways. So this would be like him, you know, crashing in like a Escape from New York type of scenario, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You
Not
son of
quite
a
the
bitch.
president or vice president, but like, you know, not very far down the list. Very important, irreplaceable.
As long as they're not injecting explosives into my head, I'm good to go.
Yeah, nope, we're not going to go that far.
No cortex
but
bomb.
you know, with politics, current politics, you know, global politics being the way that they are and very fragile, you know, this could be a major impact on things and could go very badly, for all you know, most likely. Let's assume.
That's what Atari wants anyway.
Yeah. Excellent. So, I mean, what
What kind of timeline are we looking at?
ASAP?
Yeah, if this guy went down in the
Why aren't
Barrens,
you out
we have
there
to
yet?
get him.
Sounds
Wait.
like I go right now.
Yeah, I mean, what do
Yeah,
we need
I
for
mean-
gear? Do we need to do anything to prep? I mean, do we need to mount some guns onto Giggle's vehicle and some spikes and armor on it? Or
I don't have gun.
Everything I need right here in the palm of my hand.
Giggles needs to swing by the docks and help me pick up these 2 cases of firearms, and then
Hey.
I'll talk to Dr. Feelgood.
Hey, well, I forgot I got missile. I got a missile.
ooh, yeah, might need that.
Yeah, it's at my apartment.
Yeah, we all
Three-
probably just need to hit our places and then meet back up and get on our way.
Sounds good.
Oh,
Let's
I got
do
it. I got grenades too. I'm gonna grab all my shit.
Shady
I
finishes
forgot
off
I
her
had-
coffee and she's like, okay, I'm ready.
Hey, who's got the flashbangs?
I got 5 flashbangs,
And the
4 high explosives, and 3 missiles.
I want a high explosive grenade.
Yeah, I still have one of those grenades that the
Grenade.
Nero stun
The gas
grenades,
one?
Yeah, I have one left.
Love it.
Let's just leave that at home, shall we?
I don't know about
No
that.
way. No way. No, that's coming with. Yeah, so I head back. I'm going to change into put on my armor jacket and stuff, but change out of my nice clothes, get the armor jacket on, and then yeah, I'm ready to hit the road.
I got that
I'm
bandolier of grenades.
clothes have better armor rating. I'm gonna go leave them on. I'm gonna go stylish this motherfucker.
Right on.
I'm assuming that we're all heading in that direction in Dr. Giggle's vehicle.
His 18 van sounds like the perfect vehicle for this.
Are you all climbing into one? Usually, Shady and Mississippi driving Shady's car, and everyone else piles in. That's usually the
Yeah, it might be kind of nice to have somebody different in the passenger seat. Shady was going to have her car follow at a discreet distance if we were all in Dr. Giggle's vehicle, but if we want to drive separately, that's fine too.
Oh, you just want to have it driving itself, following you, just an empty car following this van.
Yeah, I mean that way we can discuss shit in the truck while heading to the job.
Oh my
Sounds like a
god!
good idea.
And have a
And
backup
I'm gonna-
car in case.
And the chameleon
It's
right
an
now
asset.
is going to be a black stripe.
Okay. Well, for map purposes, because I don't have a multicolored icon for your van, it's going to always be black.
The way I like my coffee.
That's right, and your women.
He's not picky about that.
Red or yellow, black and white.
All right, I'm going to download some skills while we're driving out there.
Did they give you any information about the motivation of the kidnapping, or was it just a taking opportunity?
Well, great question, because it sounds like maybe the gang, right, is taking the opportunity of the downed plane, but a rigger pilot suddenly having like an aneurysm, I don't know, sounds like a hit to me.
Yeah, it's suspicious.
It is, yeah. And there's been no outreaching a ransom or anything like that?
Not that they told me.
Did you ask?
I asked for all information that was pertinent, but I didn't ask specifically if they had received ransom notes or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd like to make a couple of calls. I'd like to make a call to my contact Oscar, who's a fixer.
Okay.
And see if he happens to know if there's been any requests for runs to get high-level political people.
Ooh, okay. What's his connection?
4.
Roll 2 dice. You want to roll over 4. 2 dice.
Oh.
So you rolled 8. Okay. So you're able to get a hold of him, and you want him to look into any possible...
I want to know if there has been another run that was like out there that somebody was fishing for runners to go capture a political higher up from the UCAS.
Okay. He says, any reason you're asking?
The information might be valuable to me. I'll transfer like 1,000 nuyen or 2,000 nuyen to him. 2,000 nuyen.
Okay. He says, yeah, let me make some phone calls. I'll give you a call here later today, let you know what I find out.
Awesome. The second call I want to make is to Dr. Feelgood.
Okay, you get his voicemail as always. Hey, you've reached the Dr. Feelgood. Tell me what ails you, and I'll give you a cure.
I'm gonna leave a message to say, hey, we're gonna be heading through that area. I might have some use for some information again. I've got some things for trade. Let me know if you're available.
Maybe we can just stop by.
Okay. That it?
And that would be it. Yep.
Everyone, that it?
Yeah, I mean, we're just chatting on the drive.
Okay, so you guys are getting ready, and you guys are making the drive over there. About an hour later, your comm link lights up Almari. It's Dr. Feelgood.
Awesome. Hey, good doctor.
Hey.
We're coming through there. I have some use. I would like to maybe do a trade for some information. You were so helpful last time.
I remember you. You were the one who came and got that Wade slave who was passed out in the back. Yeah, I remember you. Big security guards.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to do more business, huh? You want to do more business with the doctor?
That's right.
Yeah, the doctor's in. You can come on down to my hotel, have some good times. Come on down. Tell him the good doctor sent you. Click.
Awesome. I'll let the guys know that it's on for going to Dr. Giggles.
I'm here.
Or going to Dr. Feelgood.
Too many
Doctor,
potty
doctor.
doctors in the house.
All those drugs from last time.
Yeah, I don't think you guys ever used any of them.
No, not yet.
It's funny.
One day, saving them up for a experience celebrate after my initiate.
Yeah, there you go. All right. So also, I want Atari, because I'm a little surprised. I want you to make a memory check, logic plus willpower. Threshold of 2.
Logic plus. Oops, wrong one. Logic. How come it's not asking me for willpower? Oh, there it is. Five.
Wow.
You notice during the drive, you know, a little AR pop up in the corner that you've been, you know, noticed for half an hour or so that you've been ignoring. Just this tiny AR alert. For a long time now, for forever in fact, you have been bootlegging a certain wage slave, Michael Bransky's comlink.
Yeah.
You've got about like 500 trillion gigabytes of you know, downloaded porn, of boring office notes, sloppy emails back and forth, messages to his girlfriend, a new girlfriend now, not the same one he had back before.
That's awesome.
But what caused it to pop up was the algorithm of messages had changed. Apparently something out of the ordinary, and because you had set it up to monitor reportage of use and time, and this popped out of the ordinary, it's been popping a little minor alert to you that you've just kind of been ignoring.
I take the time to check it out.
All right. Yeah, he's over at the jet fighters partying as usual, and he's messaging his girlfriend how there's this really big happenings in the neighborhood, and there's been a bunch of gunfire east and big explosions and something about the military and some gangs and some overlord or some shit, and he's just laughing and obviously very high on drugs, but you know, saying how he needs to get the hell out of there. He doesn't need to get caught up in something major like last time he blacked out. LOL.
I say to the group, hey, you guys, you remember that asshole Bransky?
Did we draw like, a permanent marker on his face and stuff?
Yeah, I drew a dick on his face.
Yeah, it looks like he's right in the middle of this mess. I got some messages here where I can see he's been texting his girlfriend talking about how he's like in the middle of a firefight. There's some new badass in the neighborhood, and I don't know. It looks like he's looking for a ride out of town. Maybe we could pay him a little visit.
And he can pay us
Exactly.
to get him out of there.
Can I pinpoint where he is with his comm link?
He's probably at Dr. Feelgood.
He probably is.
You're still on mute, Bryce.
Sorry, I gotta do that at least one every session, right? No, he is on his way to, where is it? To Bellevue, to where he lives from Redmond. So it looks like he is, because the last message was him telling his girlfriend that he needs to get out of there before something big happens to him, like what happened last time he blacked out.
driving.
So he's headed home.
Can we intercept him? Or is he too far gone?
I mean, he's probably on some public transit or
okay.
something, headed home.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you really, I mean, you can track his comm link. You have a bootleg.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you really want to. I mean, he wasn't in a firefight. He just heard, you know, rumors about military in the area, and he had heard a bunch of explosions and gunfire. So, which isn't that uncommon,
Yeah.
but a lot of it. He heard a lot of it.
I don't think he would necessarily be of any help, but go ahead.
No.
Maybe he might have some information about what he's seen down here.
I mean, come on. Just remember the last time we found him.
Oh, I know he was like
the state he was in.
Totally.
Yeah, let's go to
It's a complete waste. He won't have any information.
Oh, Mr. Dickface.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys head on down to the Jet Fighters Hotel. You park both your cars out front?
I thought we were bringing only one.
Yeah, what are you doing? So
I think you
you're
could park like
in the Barrens. You're getting close to the Jet Fighters.
Shady's is around the corner somewhere.
Okay. You know, there's unsavory characters here and there, but you know you're in Jet Fighters territory. So you're friends of the good doctor. You should be okay. You think, you hope.
We'll find out.
You'll be finding out soon. Does anyone need to take a quick break or anything? Now would be the good time.
yeah, really quick.
Okay, so let's do a quick be right back AFK so everyone can gather everything for the final push for the evening, and we will be right back, chummers. I'm going to refill my coffee cup and then I will be right back. And Shady, are you still there?
Yes.
You never did any of your art sale rolls, so we will have to do that like offline or something, or real quick if everyone's AFK. But I will be right back. I just now thought of that.
I was thinking about that a moment ago too.
Back.
Because it's a rival gang, we might be able to get assistance from the jet fighter.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
It's going to cost a lot. I like the idea of us maybe getting information from them, which will still cost a fair amount. And then, I mean, we really don't want to spill our hand. This is supposed to be real covert. That phone call that Almari made is really riding the line, I think, because a little deductive reasoning and people know that shit's up and the wrong people know, and we really don't want that.
No.
This is a pretty high stakes job, really, when it comes right down to it. I mean, it's the biggest one we've had so far.
I could almost afford my BioWare after.
Always come to me for a loan. 8%.
No.
Sure don't want to shark it out.
Oh man.
Man, if I could only buy some karma.
And well, out of character and just to stir up shit, because I know what everyone does. You know, you should talk to Atari if you want a loan.
Nah, not anymore. It's all gone now.
Easy come, easy go, huh?
It is.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and do a quick roll call. We have Atari with us. Yes.
Yep, I'm here.
Who's just here?
Shady May.
Shady May.
Excellent. Almari.
Yep.
Longstreet.
Yes, sir.
Giggles.
Dog will hunt.
Dog will hunt. All right, gentlemen. So you park your cars. Shady leaves her car around the corner. You pull the van up kind of around front, out of the way of everything that you can, all the garbage in the street and whatnot. You can tell there's no services out here on the regular. And you walk in through the front door of the Jet Fighters Hotel. You've been here before. Still smells just as bad. At the front counter, you see the same troll receptionist that was there last time, along with what looks like the same orc, or not troll, but orc receptionist. The same orc and human gangbangers that were there the last time. You all are walking in, I assume?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Almari, do you look like Almari?
I look like I'll do the physical mask and look like I did before. Like,
I shouldn't let you, because you didn't say anything. I shouldn't let you. They would be so fucking confused. Same bodyguards, different person.
Profits are in, man.
Or are you gonna cast it, Almari? I was teasing. I mean, you can cast it. If
I
you
am.
want, but yeah, you did. Okay. Roll drain.
nice.
Nice. Okay. So you hobbling in, looking like this total decrepit bum with these two ginormous, fully equipped
Guards.
top of the line, you know, guards. So you're obviously not a bum, but it's great. I kind of love the contrast of it. Only now you have two additional people in your entourage. So the sorry, got distracted. So the human kind of stops. Oi, 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 oi. I remember you fellas.
We're here to see the doctor. I need to see the doctor right now. Right now.
All right. Calm down. And you see him kind of stop and stare off in space a little bit. Talk on his comm. Yeah. Head on up. Looks like you're invited to this party. 3rd floor in the back. You should know the way. Have fun, chummers.
All
Don't be causing any trouble.
Hey, Mississippi, Atari, could you guys like grab those 2 cases?
The 2 weakest characters.
Short, like the cases the size of them, like. I just look at it. You're such a dick.
The other 2 need to keep their gun hands free.
Oh my god.
That's right.
Okay, I start struggling with.
Me too. I struggle with one. I'm dragging it on the ground.
Reveal that I'm a mage and cast
Cast levitate, you.
I don't want to reveal I'm a mage right in front of these people.
I'm huffing
I
and
look bad.
puffing,
Man.
dragging, making a big dent in the ground as I'm dragging, and
Scrape across the thing, ruin their carpet.
You can hear the stuff inside banging around, Barry King.
I'm all help me out, giggles.
I can see him just putting their whole back into it, just dragging the shit.
I grab one side.
Thank you.
stairs, motherfucker.
Shady just enjoys the show.
Goddamn, the cyborg who has like robot arm. Wait, you have a robot arm, don't you, Atari?
I do. It's all armor. It's not strength
okay.
enhancement. Ka-clunk.
Let's bring it up.
You have an arm and a leg, don't you?
I do,
Atari,
yeah.
not just an arm. Yeah.
Yep. Ka-clunk.
So you go up 2 stories, not one. 'cause it's
Jesus
on the 3rd floor.
Christ. Ka-clunk. Fucking
So that's
heavy.
great. And this is a rundown hotel. There are bums and just the low class suffering.
BTL zones.
Yeah, BTL riddled, lots of drugs, lots of BTLs, prostitutes, lots of graffiti, vid tubes here and there, flashing videos, or just strange color patterns and shit for the people all tripping out. The first floor seems to be just dedicated, if you remember, is basically just a normal hotel, like one night stay hotel. The second floor is where all the prostitutes are, and then the third floor is like private rooms and where all the leaders to the gang are. So it's like all the gang official stuff is on the third floor. So you guys head in. He told you to the back. You walk onto the back.
Sure.
Yep.
Where Dr. Feelgood's office is. All right, so Almari walks on over. The door is open. You can see Feelgood in there with some of his gang members. Well, the gang members. You don't know if it's Feelgood's gang or not. You've never asked him. He's just a drug dealer. And sitting on his shoulder is his friendly, trusty rat that he keeps with him, which you know very well from the last time is his spirit of man.
Eagles.
Dr. Feelgood!
Well, hello. It's been too long. I thought you'd forgotten about me.
I have a present, and I want to buy some information.
Goods for goods.
Would you have any use for this? And I'll go over and I'll pop the lid on the Ingram case of 12 Uzis. That's what it is. You need some hardware?
Are those new?
Those are the ones that we got out of, was it the cult?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my, aren't these pretty? And what else do you have?
These are for you right now. And I'll kick the case over, or I'll try to slide the case over to him.
Yeah, you just stub your toe. I mean, it's, a wooden crate on floor. Yeah. One of the gangbanger kind of walks over and kind of looks at it. Says, "It's real, boss. It's real." Looks in the other case. What's in the other case?
The H&K Ingrams, a dozen of those.
Okay.
And I'll say,
That's a lot of hardware.
Yeah, it is.
That's a lot of hardware, boss.
this is for some information.
It's gotta get more than that.
They want some information, boss. Yes, I can hear them.
And some cannon fodder.
So, what kind of information can the poor little doctor here give to you?
What's happening down the road?
Oh, are you a part of that too? Big things, my friend. Big things going on down the road.
Well, I'd like to hear it. I'd like to hear it worth 12 of these H&Ks. It's a lot of nice shiny guns.
Some aircraft went down not too far away from here.
Give me something that I don't know.
Made a big ruckus. A bunch of official types came out looking for it. Ran into some of us locals.
So what's your relation to these
Turned
locals?
tail and ran. And yeah.
The King Leper stuff? His people?
Oh yeah. It said that he is keeping hold of someone. You know
What's
who this
his
someone is?
relationship? What's his relationship to you?
We do business. He's a big player here in the area. The King Leper. Go ahead and roll. Do you have any etiquette?
Yes.
Do you have street etiquette in particular?
That would be a knowledge skill, right? I have Sprawl Life.
I can download it.
I don't have street etiquette. I have Sprawl Life, and then as far as active skills, I have
Sprawl Life. What's Sprawl Life?
It's a knowledge skill. It's knowledge about the sprawl.
No, etiquette is a social skill.
Oh, yes, I have it.
Do you have it specialized in anything or just basic etiquette?
Basic etiquette.
So you can just kind of figure out in general how to pose yourself. Okay, go ahead and roll it. So roll etiquette plus charisma cap of social.
Oh, that's really good. Oh,
Jesus.
shit.
Motherfucker, that's on
Jeez.
7 dice. That's on 7 fucking dice.
Wow.
Yeah, get the good ones out now before the bolts are flying. Yeah, King Leper, he's a big player in town. I'm surprised you types haven't even heard of him. You Shadowrunners, as you like to call yourselves, even though the rats own the shadows. We all know that.
I'm all
Yeah,
like, go fuck with us, feel good. Tell us what you know.
All right. Yeah, King Leper has a big compound north of here, allied with most of the gangs. We do a little business with him. Get some of our BTL supplies from some of his factories. He's got a big walled-off compound, hard to get in. Has a lot of crazy types like you inside. Calls it a refuge. A little piece of Azamondo away from Africa.
You know any ways in?
Yeah, we have a gentleman that we send there a lot. Not for his diplomatic skills, mind you, but because there ain't much human left of him. So we don't have to worry about him being eaten by the ghouls. Did I mention the ghouls?
What? No. Is that part of his clientele? Does he harbor these things? Are they his pets?
They don't call him the King Leper for nothing.
Why do they call him the King Leper?
King of Ghouls.
Do you have etiquette or anything like that?
I do.
Go ahead as you take time to download it first,
Yeah.
while Almari was talking. Yeah, go ahead and roll it.
I think this will do it. It's like I have 2 buttons for some reason.
So you're going to be rolling etiquette plus charisma cap of social.
Yeah.
Specialized in street. You pushed. Okay. The King Leper himself is a ghoul. Some sort of ghoul magi.
Gee.
has a whole city of ghouls in his compound. All sorts of crazy types. Along with his loyal gang members, of course. And their cattle stock. A lot of good business with them. A lot of good business. They run things in this part. They're the biggest show around here for sure. You don't want to mess with the King Leper.
Anybody vying for his crown?
Oh no. Roll your etiquette skill again. Roll your negotiation skill, actually.
You would be the same skill group.
Yeah, like all gangs, there's always some inner strife, I'm sure. I'm sure one of his lieutenants are probably looking to take him down and take his place. Like I said, it's a big operation. It's his own little city inside a city. No one messes with the King Leper.
Is there any hidden ways into his complex?
We might have some connections. Like I
Sewers?
said.
Any rat holes that kind of come up into his cellar?
I like your talk, Almari. I always liked you. And he pulls up his comm link and says something subvocal on his comm link. And he says, I got someone you should probably talk to. Like I said, we have an emissary that works with the King Leper. He can
Awesome.
probably tell you more.
Hey, one boot. You want any more of them pills before we go?
I'm good. Thank you. They were excellent. Dr. Feelgood.
Oh, my stuff always is. My stuff always is. So across the hallway, a door opens up. And this large, clanking beast of what you think is a man comes walking across the hallway behind Atari. Really more metal than man. Much more so than you could thought any man could ever possibly be and still be able to survive the psychosis of going through it.
Wow.
He kind of grunts as he passes by Atari, kind of bumping into him, shoving his way through.
I let him pass.
Shady, after he walks in and you get eyesight of him, your vision gets this really weird, like, green grid, like just green square lines appear in your vision. And you feel like this nervous energy, like you've drinking too much coffee, like you've just got more energy in you than you can expend. And it passes almost as quick as it comes. Just kind of gives you that kind of warm flush feeling that you get, you know, with like an adrenaline rush or something. And then the lines just kind of start fading, and then your vision kind of goes back to normal. And then you feel normal again. This all happens in just like a second or two. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Says, yeah, what you want, doctor? Says Ravage. Says this giant metal man that comes in. Hey, Ravage. These guys want to talk to you about the good leper. Says, yeah, I can tell you about the leper. Mean bunch of son of a bitches up there.
So, where do they usually keep their prized people there? And I'll start itching my arms and and acting all nervous and stuff. Start pacing.
Only half acting, because that's really kind of you. The nervousness, anyways. Because, yeah, this guy's very intimidating. Well, they got all sorts of housing compounds inside. It's quite a large area. Hard to say. What kind of guest would this be?
A very important person.
probably have him close to one of his lieutenants then, I'd imagine, if not with himself. Although if it was with himself, I'm sure he wouldn't be long for this world.
Is there ways into his compound that we can take a look-see around?
Yeah.
Not endangering you, of course.
Right. No, has a very tall walled community, giant concrete wall patrolled. Does have a few official openings, but there are one or two secret passages that us locals know and utilize when we want to stay under the leper's eyes. He doesn't approve of all dealings. Do you plan on going in there?
We might have to go in and take a look around.
Have you ever been?
No.
You don't know what you're getting into, friend. Here's a little advice. Bug out while you can. There's some things worse than being worm food. He says, this is the kind of area you're talking about. And he flashes you some data over his comlink.
Okay.
It's a city grid map. Something we'll probably reference a lot more in the during this episode, and until we're done with the leper. Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Yep.
So this is city blocks. The spaces in between are just basically major roadway that connects the various city blocks. And then you see in the center that walled compound, that is the King Leper's compound.
Yeah.
So it's roughly 3 by 4 blocks. And not blocks, but like sections of blocks, I should say. Each section is about 4 by 4 blocks.
Wow. That's big.
So he shares this with you.
Where are the ghouls?
The whole place is crawling with them.
Inside
It's like
or
a little
outside of the
miniature
wall?
Azamondo, inside and outside.
So how does anybody do any trading with this guy?
Well, they don't eat everybody.
So do you guys have a trade coming up?
Official or unofficial? And he laughs at you.
Either
He says,
one.
Are you looking to sneak inside, or are you looking to meet the man? You haven't told me why you're exactly here. Guns are nice. Info's even nicer sometimes. And money always talks. So let's party.
I just look at Omari.
Let's party. Come on. You guys are no fun.
Can offer him money, guys.
Ravage just
Yeah.
kind of
Pay him
crosses his arms.
10K. Get it over with.
Yeah, I'll tell Dr. Feelgood, this other case is yours. I need more specific information about where somebody might be inside and how to get in there. We'd be willing to pay. I'm sure with your little rat network, you can find out a bunch of curious little things for us.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I know things, but like I said, Ravage is a real expert. He can tell you all sorts more. We do have some contacts with some friendly vendors that has a secret tunnel under the wall. We also know of a subway that, while not active anymore, can still be accessed under the wall.
Okay.
You have the official openings to the west, south, and east, although the east one is never used due to some free spirits that have claimed the area.
Those blocks to the east?
It's an old factory district to the east. So the eastern gate is not used.
So, looking at this map, I'm going to
Yes.
ask him to point out various blocks on here, like which
Sure.
are the which is the main compound, which is the
All right. So these blocks are residential blocks. Okay. These blocks are also residential, but a nicer residential.
okay.
Who's messaging me? Okay, no one's messaging me. Okay. This is a hospital. Okay. These are like factories and industrial blocks. Okay. These are commercial blocks. This is a giant high rise and the headquarters. This is also a giant high rise.
I didn't see that thing.
These up here in the north. This is a subsidiary of Ares Corp. These are communication aerials, like satellite dishes, wireless aerials, radio aerials, you know, just large fenced off aerials, areas that are just full of antennas and satellite dishes. Relays, if you will. I know,
What
this is big, guys. This is
this
big. Sorry.
and this?
So this is some sort of factory. This is like commercial.
Yeah, this is like an army.
These are factories. This is like a high-tech factory. These are just regular like factories, but you don't know what they make. This is high-end housing. This is just regular slum housing. This is like a bunch of storage tanks. These are like civic municipal. So like there's what little municipality powers are in that area. They pretty much don't extend much than that block that they're, the block section that they're in. So there's like a little police station that's barricaded up, you know, with a SWAT riot vehicle Banshee out front with a turret on it. You know, they don't really go out in the city and answer calls, you know, but they're there to just kind of be there, if you will. They don't really help much. So like this block here and this block here, and they're mostly paid off by the leper, so they don't bother him. Now scattered in all the blocks outside are smaller gangs, street gangs, biker gangs, all sorts of nasty things that run around in the slums that are subservient to the leper. So they're all allies, they all get along. But there are elements outside the wall.
How tall is the wall?
20 meters.
Are there gates or are they open?
Yes, there are you know, checkpoints to the west, to the south, and then there's one to the east that Ravage says they never use because there's a really nasty free spirit over here that has kind of called this home. Most of the official business goes through the west wall because that's where King Leper's headquarters is, and you know, the south wall is just for all the basic in and out for all us lowly people. He kind of chuckles at that. There's an old subway that runs that connects these old rundown commercial blocks that runs underneath all the ways to the hospital.
The way we might want to go in here, guys.
It's like I said, it's not in use, but it is still accessible. But there are no like subway trains running through it. It's all broken down.
That's one of the secret ways in, isn't it?
There is also a secret passage that I know of a tunnel that leads under the satellite dishes, under the wall from this block. The hospital also has a helicopter pad on top.
And of course, we can do the levitate option as well.
Now,
where did the plane go down?
how much can I trust you guys? And he looks at Shady when he says this, Ravage.
She says almost immediately, you can trust us about as much as you can trust anybody in your life. Perhaps even more.
We want 25%.
That doesn't sound too trusting to me.
Negotiate with them.
I'll
What do we get for that 25%? Are you coming in with us? Are you going to take us where we need to go?
I know where to get you where you need to go. I know how to get you what you need to get.
You know where they took the package that came down in the plane?
We know where the package is. We know the people who can get you there, or close to there. After that, you're on your own. And he's talking to you, but he never stops looking at Shady.
He recognizes.
Something.
We want the package. Let's get it. 25%.
Hang on, he just said we want the package as in they want the person we're going in to get?
Okay,
No, Just lingo.
so
we can always just kill these guys later.
I will
Stop
I
wanting
will,
to kill
I will,
everybody.
I will set my cred stick on the counter or whatever, or the table or something, or and say and point to it and tell Ravage that that's what I can pay him now. There might be more after we get out with the package. And that cred stick has 8,900 Nuyen.
Shady just says 10%.
Yeah, negotiate.
Okay, roll negotiate.
Amari's the one with the negotiation. He's our talker.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have that as a skill, so would that
I
be
do.
You don't
charisma?
have
I got it.
negotiate, so
Let me open up my character sheet. I got it.
I mean, I have negotiate.
So Shady says 10%, and then Atari says, yeah, 10%.
Yeah, I'll be like,
What she
yes,
said.
you should get 10%, and I'm going to tell you why.
Yep.
Let me grab negotiation.
I mean, you all saw my negotiation skills in Germany.
Oh my god. The Baron Killer.
He was uncooperative.
I don't
He
know
hurt-
if we were supposed to kill
The
him
Baron
or not.
Killer and the Fish Healer.
Oh, it's being super laggy here.
The Baron
what-
being killed was not part of that job.
It was not.
That was for pleasure.
That's what gave you notoriety.
Charisma and social, right?
Chris,
Correct. Social cap.
Okay.
Charisma stat.
Let's give it a shot. I'm clicking it. It's just being weird.
Okay. There it goes. Oh, you guys tied. 15.
Subvocally, Shady's
Ten-
like, that would probably be acceptable.
10 with this down payment.
15. Okay.
Actually, I think 10 with that down payment is over 15.
It is.
No,
Is
15
it?
would be 15,000 each of you, so that wouldn't even cover one portion.
Mm.
No,
I'm
that's on
thinking
6 dice. That's on 6 fucking dice. Damn.
I'm thinking 15% off the whole job. I mean, that's what I'm negotiating.
Yeah,
What we're
that's
getting
fine.
paid
Well, they
as a
don't know you're
whole.
getting $500,000. They know you're getting a lot.
Of course.
Yeah, they just know
Of
we're getting
course.
Yeah.
some money, and we're like,
And they want.
so we should totally just be like 20%. You got it.
No,
Here's
15.
5,000.
Yeah, I mean, 15 is within acceptable.
I don't want
which
these.
is-
I mean, we have
They'll
to
take
pay
the
before
down
we can
payment
pay
in good
that.
faith. They take it in good faith and say 15% of what they're paying you. We know they're paying you a lot. We don't know who this person is, but we saw the copters they sent in, the people they sent in after, and we overheard the comms. We have, we can tap into the wireless around here.
Can you take
We
us
hear
to the
rumors
wreck?
that come out of the compound. We know they're holding someone very important, and because of our inside men, we know roughly where they're hiding him. Not the exact room, but we can narrow it down to the block for you, and we can get you within a block of it.
and that's the information we really need.
Yep. Can we? Can you take us to the crash site before?
That might be dodgy.
And it's probably been picked over.
It's attracted a lot of attention, needless to say.
Probably best to avoid the crash site.
But we can get you in the compound. The crash site was probably 4 or 5 blocks away. It was close to the compound, but off the map.
Okay.
Then we have a deal.
Excellent. Ravage will help you guys get through and meet you, take you to your contacts.
Excellent.
Have fun with the new toys.
Just don't use them on us.
Yep, couple gang members come in and carry them off.
I think
Take
we
them off
have to
somewhere.
be very leery of Ravage.
Until we give him the money, but that's fine.
I mean, he's gonna want to get paid.
Unless we're worth more than what we're paying him.
Well, if you want to pay him more, go right ahead. Like,
Let's go.
Here's more money. Please don't kill us in the end.
yeah, exactly. Wait till the gun's pointed at you. They'd be, hold on. Here's more money. Okay.
Yeah, good to go.
All right. Anyone have history? I know, Almari,
I can
you have
get
something
it.
like history? Or
I have a
anyone
history-
educated?
Yes, I have a history of 4.
Roll it.
Include the logic.
Sure.
Almari doesn't know any history.
He mentioned a miniature Azamondo outside of Africa.
Got 2.
I just
Okay.
know Mr. Johnson.
You know, Asmondo is the famous ghoul nation in Africa.
Oh.
Okay.
You've heard of it. I mean,
Actually,
you
I
don't know
have
a ton about it, but you know there's a lot of... I'm sorry?
I have anthropology as well and archaeology.
Yeah.
But history work.
That's what you know, that it's a ghoul nation. A lot of magical creatures flock there. They're safe there. A lot of people infected with the HVMVV take sanctuary, and this is like a miniature compound like that.
Oh my god. Someone's gonna get cooties on the way in.
I miss the ghouls down there.
Oh, don't even start. Don't even.
Oh, man.
Hey, Atari, can you pull up any information on ghouls and what we're up against here?
Well, probably the same information you could pull up on your own comm link. Like, we all have Google, man.
No,
You do
no.
it.
You don't understand. Whenever I try to use this damn thing,
It
it
reboots
wants to
itself.
reset itself.
If it's got more than one button, Ari's screwed. He can talk his way and he's too pretty to shoot, but If he
He
touches,
sure is.
Don't ask him to make a phone call.
in the modern world, yeah, the glitch negative quality is pretty tough. Or gremlins. Okay, when are we gonna head out? I'm ready to go now. Let's get some payday.
Ravage says, excellent. So you guys drive there. Are you taking both cars? One car?
Probably should just take one.
Yeah, I'm thinking we should just take one in case we need to hoof it back for a backup.
Yeah, I think Shady's will probably follow about halfway at a discrete distance and then find a place to park to give us an in-between potential getaway point.
Okay, so Shady, your car's going to be halfway between. Okay, hopefully not too broken down when you call on it. And bad neighborhood. So you're just going in the van. So there is your van. You're going to be approaching from the south. Now, you know all the different ways to get in. You have the gates. You have the old subway. You have some tunnels underground. Ravage tells you, so I know all these ways to get in, and I know where my contacts are inside. They're in, I guess I should tell you that. These slums is where we're going.
I don't see.
I need to zoom out because I'm
Can
nuts.
you paint
It's a
that
huge
again,
map.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I'm
guys.
zoomed out.
This is a big adventure. Big maps.
Yeah, which can you ping it again?
It's so big.
And I can show you, actually. So, like the residential, here's like a side view. They're just stacked apartments. Almost no light. Not very nice. Okay.
So where are we starting at, though?
Can you ping that again? Yeah.
Down to the south where it says way to jet fighters territory in the south, you should be able to see the van.
All right.
Can you see the van?
Yes, I see it right there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yep. You guys should be able to move it.
Yep.
Well, I mean, we're either going to want to do the old subway or the tunnel under the satellites.
Pretty
Now, he
pretty
says-
much a secret way, whichever's gets his.
He says there's a lot of lepers people and rival gangs in the area, rival gangs to us, the jet fighters, that roam all around. So I don't know like a safe way to get us there. All I know is where we need to go. So pick a route and hopefully we don't run into any checkpoints or roving gangs. Or worse.
Well, why don't one of the mages go astral and scout ahead?
Maybe that spirit will be friendly to us.
At the long distance, I can't.
There are lots of people. I mean, these places aren't barren. It's just shitty neighborhoods.
So how does
there
how
are
does
people
Ravage,
all over?
how does Ravage get in to do business and to meet with his contacts when he needs to?
Well, when it's official, I go through the southern door, but that's when I'm expected.
So this way,
And I don't bring people with me.
Where's that secret way? That
There
goes
are
under
the
satellite?
secret tunnels that go under some
Oh,
residential
tunnel under satellite. Oh, it's on the other side there. We got to drive
But
around.
there's the old
that
subway.
we used for some illicit. There's the old subway.
But this gate over here is open. There's just the nasty spirit.
It's not open, it's just not used, so it is closed.
Okay.
It's not that you can just walk right in.
That's where
Yeah,
that
there's that.
spirit is at.
And
Uh,
where
but
is the
no one uses
package?
it. No one really uses it.
Is the package over here?
The package is here.
It's in the middle of the slums?
It's in this. The package is, yes, within this block of blocks.
Oh,
maybe-
so we can take the secret tunnel under the satellites, come up in the satellites, make our way into the housing slum.
we can take the subway.
How far are
wait.
you going in with us, Ravage?
All the way.
Okay.
That's right, Ravage.
I high five him, or I hold my hand up for high five.
He looks at you.
Come on, Ravage. Give me some skin. Oh, wait.
You see no emotion on his face.
Old subway to hospital.
His hardware looks old. You swear every once in a while when he moves. You swear every once in a while when he moves, you see a little spark. You know. Yeah, he looks worse for wear. And like I said, like he shouldn't even be possible. There's so much metal on this guy. There's like, how can his brain function?
It's like the priest from Johnny Mnemonic.
Yeah, this is not possible. Yet here he is standing in front of you, walking and talking.
Atari, is there anything that you can do to try to narrow down? I mean, a block is a pretty big place when you need to identify an individual.
Well, Ravage says we need to go to a shop that's called Tuscan Horn. It's a clothing shop. It's run by our informants, and we know that someone very important who the leper and his gang has just acquired is located across the street, being held from this location. That's how come we found out about it.
Okay.
So I can get you to that shop.
Once we get in, then we'll stagger by twos into the shop. Just to be more discreet.
I know a back way into the shop if we can get to that slum block.
Well,
without anyone knowing we got there. You got to get me to that slum block.
All right.
And I can take care of the rest.
To sense him really quick.
Okay. Roll sensing.
Is he a ghoul?
He's not a ghoul. No, his signature is black with one tiny spark of red flickering. Almost pulsing. Like to a heartbeat.
Almari, why don't you take flight and see what's around these two access points, ideally.
While these guys are doing
we have to pull over.
While you guys are doing that, I'm going to be researching ghouls to see what I can learn about these guys.
Okay. Everything.
So apparently,
what was that?
Apparently, the vehicle needs to stop for Almari to do his thing.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
What was that, Bryce, about the ghouls?
I was teasing, saying everything that the handbook says.
Oh, okay. Yep. I'll take a look then.
Yeah, they have been infected by what's called the HMHVV,
yeah.
Something like that. A really bad virus. It makes things like ghouls, makes banshees, makes vampires, makes
they lose
all sorts of creatures, of critters.
Yes.
You know, paranormal critters. There's different strains of it that makes different levels. It turns a lot of them insane, and they become kind of feral. They have to eat human flesh, or not human flesh, but meta-human flesh, living flesh. It can't be cooked. Some of them just drink the blood, which is the essence. They drain your essence because they lose essence. They can't eat real food. They slowly bleed essence, and they have to consume flesh to gain more back. They can be normal people. They can wear cyberware. A matter of fact, a lot of them who aren't feral, you know, who try to integrate in society or have their own separate society like this, will replace their eyes with cyber ones so they can see again. Because ghouls are blind. They're dual-natured, though, so they can see astrally, and they can smell and hear like no one's business. But they are blind, ghouls.
And they require meta-human flesh.
They have to eat flesh. They are allergic to sunlight.
Yeah, it says they must eat meat to survive, raw meat, and a significant portion of that must be the form of raw metahuman flesh. So our elf and dwarf are probably going to be quite
hors d'oeuvres.
Prime cutlets.
And when they hunt, they do so in packs, 6 to 20.
Well,
Now-
Amari isn't raw meat anymore. Cook.
Ravage does tell you, now King Leper and his, group, that runs this place, there are metahumans that live in here and intermix with them that are allies. They work for them. They work in the factories. Some of them, well, all of them, in order to live in the compound, have to donate blood in order to live under the protection of the King Leper.
So what we need to do is we need to create some blood bags to use as distractions. And then when they're chasing us, we throw the blood bag, they chase after it, we get away.
So, well, what I'm pointing out is, there's regular metahumans everywhere inside here. It's not just ghouls. But ghouls live in here as well and work alongside and kind of are more like in charge.
Yep. And I take it if you are bit by these guys, you run the risk of getting infected with the HMHVV virus.
Ghouls do not spread the virus.
Okay.
Other manifestations of it can, like vampires, it's known, can, if they bite you, obviously, and drain you, but not ghouls.
Okay.
The more rarer ones can.
Good to know.
Which I'm sure are probably in there.
But Dr. Feelgood said, he made a comment. He said that something, the fate worse than death. He mentioned a fate worse than death.
Yeah, that's being turned into a ghoul or something.
Yeah.
Because, they don't age.
The king is probably a vampire.
Ghouls age, but other ones don't age.
The king can probably turn you into a ghoul.
And just because you get infected by a vampire doesn't necessarily mean you'll turn into a vampire. You just get infected by the virus. That could make you a ghoul.
Scary business here, guys.
Like I said, you don't want to mess with these guys. But if who you say
we're
is
only
that
gonna mess with them a
important,
little bit.
if who you say is that important, and he's looking at Shady when he says this, then it might be worth taking him.
What are you doing staring down our girl here?
He just looks at you emotionlessly.
We're taking him. It's as simple as that.
She makes my gears turn.
And he looks at you and nods his head.
She's probably like one of her foot as normal is sort of tapping.
Or he was created by the same people.
Maybe that's Shady's brother.
We need to.
So do we go through the subway and through the hospital and up north, or do we go to the satellite dishes and cut across?
Well, I
the
think
satellite
the
dishes
subway
are closer, and so you need to investigate those things, which means we need to stop the vehicle somewhere for a handful of minutes.
The subway probably has ghouls. Secret way probably does. I'd be more inclined to go the secret subway.
Okay, you're cutting out a little bit there, Hans, but I think you said you want to go a different way other than the subway.
Probably through the secret tunnel.
The secret tunnel, because the subway probably has ghouls, whereas the secret tunnel probably doesn't.
Yeah, but we probably go through a lot of different gangs.
It was intimated that up at the tunnels under the satellite that there are ghouls and gangs up there.
No, the secret tunnel to the north is used by Ravage and other smugglers who want to do business outside of the leper's eyes. They are very safe.
Okay. So
the subway, who knows?
Yeah. All right.
Do the ghouls not eat any certain animals? Do they like not eat or kill like rats or anything?
Metahuman.
Are you saying you're too pretty to eat?
Well, I'm just wondering, do they like not eat cats?
Here's what it says. It says ghouls must eat raw meat to survive, and a significant portion of that must be in the form of raw metahuman flesh.
Right. So if I can transform Longstreet and I into like cats.
Wouldn't they be able to smell you still?
Yes,
Nope.
that is true. I mean, they could still
they're
eat you as a
blind, they
snack
can't
or
see
try
you.
to.
Yeah,
if
They
you
see
still-
astrally. They see astrally, so they would see your astral signature. That's how they see, quote unquote.
And if you still
but don't you have to
smell like
stay
a-
within a certain size of your own? Like you'd be a big cat.
Within 2 body sizes.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you could. Yeah, I mean they could still eat you for a snack, but you could totally.
Right. That's why I was asking: is there some kind of animals that they?
And that's just the
don't eat?
ghouls. Yeah, that's just the ghouls.
Right? Is there any kind of like sacred animal that they don't eat,
No,
like black cats or
no, not that you know of.
crows?
I won't even make you roll for that. Nope.
Mm.
You've never heard of anything that ritualistic. For the most part, they're not that smart. Most
So
of them have some sort of psychosis from the transformation.
The tunnel under the satellite seems like our best avenue. It's closest to
Yeah,
where we need to
let's
go,
get over
and
there.
it sounds the safest.
Agreed.
Head.
So I'll pop astral while we're pulled over, and I'll go fairly high above the compound, and then I'll go down
Okay.
like
What?
over here and
Okay. What time of day are you guys doing this?
Whatever time of day it is right now.
noon. I want to do the astral thing in the daylight, so that
Well, I would
maybe-
say midday at best, 2 p.m. I'd say, because Atari got woken up at 8 a.m. So
Yep, I don't want the ghouls to be out wandering around while I'm flying around in the astral.
okay, they can go in sunlight. It's just they don't like it. You go astral. There are people all over. Like I said, people live here, people work here. It is the slums. It is nasty. There's not much for security. There's garbage everywhere. The compound is a lot cleaner and a lot nicer. The lights don't flicker quite so much. But other than that, there are a lot of, to the east, a lot of nasty, toxic, dark energy that you don't really want to go near unless you specifically want to. That also includes the factories in the compound, kind of flicker some dark nastiness. You see free spirits kind of flickering in and out. You do see a lot of dual-natured creatures in and even around the compound, although specifically inside the compound. So much so that you're not really comfortable flying very close because they can see you.
Right.
You're not initiated, you cannot mask your astral signature. So they can see you. And some do look at you, but you're not that out of place yet. As long as no one senses you.
Right. I want to be way above and just have an overview. Okay, I'll pop back to the body.
Okay, but you don't detect anything like that catches your eye.
Nothing out of the ordinary in and around the tunnel under the satellites.
I can't get that close. They can
No
see
like
me.
big grouping of anything, nothing out. It just everything looked nice and populated.
The east is not where we want to go, though. That's bad juju out that way. I would
Seemed toxic. Yeah.
I would suspect that they don't even go that way.
That's what they said.
Yeah, Ravage says they don't use the east gate.
So once he's back, then we'll start moving again and get up to the tunnel under the satellite.
So is that the street you're driving down? You're driving up north down that street?
Yes.
I think we should go around.
What does Ravage think? This is the best avenue?
Like he said, I don't know the gangs roam. I don't know what route is safe. I just know where we want to go.
Why don't we take the next left, and then we'll take another right, so we're at least a block away from that government building?
Mississippi is hella nervous. He's like fidgeting and shit.
No, not that way.
This
Turn
way,
around.
and then up
Let's just run it, gun it, gun it.
to about
Yeah,
there.
exactly. Just got it.
Stop.
Can you make this thing look junky?
Stop right there.
Stop. In the name of love.
Oh, gang's outside. Why are we driving near that?
I don't know. I was avoiding it, but y'all wanted me to go that way.
Turn left now. Turn left now.
I wanted to avoid that government building.
That was probably a good idea too. Oh.
You start driving up a street. Street like any other street. Whoops. Wow, look at that. That was crazy. Street like any other street. Off to your right is a big fenced off area and then a large solar power array. Some old boarded up factories to the left of you. A large, factory to the northwest down the road. And in the road, you see scattered along part of it a bunch of large steel beams as you start driving up and approaching.
Oh, okay. So let's not go this way. Hey,
I want Almari
Why are we still moving
to
forward?
roll. I want him to roll something. I want him to roll a perception. Yeah, roll a perception test.
Is my danger sense going off at all?
Yes, massively.
My
And
danger
it
will
never
rub-
stops. You now have disadvantage. I'm just kidding.
Something in the road isn't right.
Whoa. Put on the brakes. Put on the brakes.
I start backing up.
All right, you slam on the brakes. As soon as you stop, a shimmering in the field.
I back up.
You see all of a sudden come into appearance a bunch of large cement blocks that have put in the road that were hidden, somehow invisible. And behind that is a bunch of sandbags with what look like rotting people behind them that start jumping out. And then off to the side in the still, you see another big group that start just jumping out faster than you can believe as
Then
you're
we
stopped.
back up.
And on that note, Chummers, catch us next week
Oh, man. Brutal.
to see how these guys survive their first ghoul
Oh,
encounter.
man.
I got driving at 6. I'll just back the hell out.
Drive over the top of them, man. Yeah, right on. All
Oh,
right.
we can't go forward.
And let's go.
So do one of those physical barriers and make a ramp, and we'll just A-team over it.
Oh, dude.
Dukes of Hazard.
I love it.
Do a mana ramp.
Excellent. Wrap us up, guys.
All right. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Yep. Thanks so much. Keep smiling.